What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. I'm going to be starting a new weekly segment on Sundays talking about the statue pre-orders, previews of different statues that went up for PO basically during the week. Because generally you have several statues during the week, and a lot of people always ask me about my opinion. It's hard to do preview videos for each individual statue, especially when I only want to talk about it for 2 minutes. So I thought I'd just start a new weekly segment every Sunday. We're going to start doing statue preview videos, talking about some of the stuff that came up. Now, some of these I simply just don't care for, like Guts versus Zod. I'm not into the Berserk line. I don't care about the Batman versus Superman. It's cartoony looking. Clifford Unger, I've never played Black Label, so that means nothing to me. The ones that do interest me, that I did want to talk about, is the Kong Battle Axe and Kong Bust. Now, in my opinion, I really wish they would have did the pre-order of Kong Bust same day as Godzilla Bust. I think Prime 1 was very tricky in the way they did this. So they released this Godzilla Bust that looks amazing at $15.99, and they tease Kong, and you're like, oh snap, $15.99, Kong will probably be similar price. I'm going to PO Godzilla. So I pre-ordered Godzilla, anticipating to also get the Kong Bust for a somewhat similar price. I knew it had real hair, but their old Kong vs. Skullcrawler had real hair, and it was still reasonably priced. And then they reveal it, like 2 weeks later, and it comes out for a whopping $3,499 plus $175 for shipping from me. So $3,750. But oh wait, you can get $100 off. This is just absolute bull crap. They should have shown this price, shown the pre-order same day as Godzilla. Because frankly, if I knew Kong Bust was going to be $3,500, I would not have PO'd Godzilla, because I did want to do this as a companion, because they look absolutely fantastic when displayed together. Now, I do not think this bust is worth $3,500. It's only 26 inches tall, so it's not super big. Yes, it has real fur. They claim it has silicone, although when I compare the face on this to the face of, let's say, Blue Box Caesar silicone bust, Caesar is much more impressive, much more lifelike in my opinion. Granted, this has a phenomenal base, just like the Godzilla, where you have Kong on throne, the cave theme. Very, very cool base. Now, the face does look good. The teeth are not acrylic. They just look like standard resin. They don't even look glossy. They claim to have glass eyes. I'm just not seeing... I mean, yes, it looks good, but this is not a $3,500 bust in my opinion. It doesn't have the same realism as like Caesar does. Caesar to me is a much more impressive, lifelike bust than this one. Now, this one has a way better base. That's no doubt. This base is awesome. But I just can't justify $3,750 when I could get Infinity Studios' Bruce Lee for a few $100s more, which to me is much more impressive. So for me personally, I think this is a huge, this should be priced at $2,100. And one of my good friends, my mates out of Australia, we like to call him the Godfather, he also said that Prime 1 was very tricky, and they tricked us. We were thinking Kong might be a few $100s more because of the real fur. No, it's almost double the price. That's just bull crap in my opinion. Now, you can also get the axe for $900, which is also overpriced in my opinion. That should be a $600 piece, and Kong Bust should be $2,099 in my opinion. So I think it's about $1,400 overpriced. They shouldn't even do silicone. Glass eyes, yes. Keep it translucent resin with real fur, just like they did on the Kong vs. Skullcrawler. Just do the glass eyes, but also do acrylic teeth, because they are showing the mouth. So for me personally, I'm not going to pre-order this, and I might just cancel Godzilla. I'm not going to cancel it yet, but I am considering just foregoing that line. Although I may just get Godzilla Bust and pair it with my Kong vs. Skullcrawler and call it good like that. So at least I have one presence of Godzilla in my collection. So yeah, shame on Prime 1 for doing it this way. It's very shady of them. So the other big PO I would say is the Queen Studios Mark 85 half scale. So look at the price on this, $2,550 for a full pay, $26 for deposit. So this is from Avengers Endgame, TBD on shipping costs, but Shipping will probably be $300 to $600. So you're looking at close to $3,000 for this one. Now let's look at this one. So The Godfather also has his strong opinion on this one. He basically says that Iron Man is fat, and I agree with him. When I look at this, look at that picture right there. He looks fat. His belly is too big. I do not like that. I like the pose. I mean, the pose is okay. It's not that good, actually. It's kind of a Dragon Ball Z style pose. For Iron Man, it doesn't really work too great. The base is monstrously huge, so it's going to make this have a huge presence. It won't scale as well, I feel, with other half scales because it's, looks like it's 2.5 feet off the ground. So Queen Studios definitely needs to thin out this waist because he looks like he's, 4 months pregnant, and I'm not digging that. Otherwise, outside of the fact of that, I mean, it's nice, but I still think the Mark 7's their best half scale so far. And personally, I would never buy a half scale of this suit anyways. I have my 1/4. I'm happy with that. Mark 50, I'm getting the bus. I'm going to be happy with that. I only want Mark 7 for a half scale. So for me, this is an absolutely easy pass. Definitely zero interest in getting that. Now, the next big one I would say is going to be the JeanClaude Van Damme by Pop Culture Shock, or Premium Collectibles. They changed their name, but PCS, basically. So they have this 100 edition size where it's autographed by JeanClaude Van Damme, or a standard edition, which is several $100s cheaper. Same exact statue, just no autograph. I personally don't care for autographs. I know some people do. I do not. I would not pay $300 extra dollars for that. Now, this one I do think looks fantastic. The pose is very classic JeanClaude Van Damme. They have two different versions, one from Bloodsport and one from Kickboxer, two of his most famous movies. Now, it's only 22 inches tall, so it's not very tall. The base looks classy. I think if you're going to get this would be a great line to collect where you got like this, the Conan Arnold they did a few years back, as well as like Rocky and Snake. I think you would want to go all in that way. For me personally, since I don't have the other ones, it's going to be a pass for me, even though I do love it, and I love JeanClaude Van Damme. I was a big fan of his movies. If I was to get one, I would definitely do Bloodsport because that's my favorite movie of JeanClaude. Just a phenomenal movie. And I know they're also doing the Bolo Yeung companion piece. I think the likeness is pretty good. I don't think it's spot on. Like right there, it's kind of hard to see it. Some angles, it's hard to see, but I think overall they did a good job. Price is decent, no switch outs. It's kind of small though. Like it's like the size of a premium format, 22.5 inches tall. So that is, the size does push me off because it would look a lot smaller next to other 1/3 scales. Otherwise, it is a pretty sweet looking statue. I would have to go all in on the line. I wouldn't just buy a one-off. I would get this one. I'd get Rocky. I'd hunt down Conan. I'd get Snake. I'd do like a 80s, 90s action heroes type of 1/3 scale line. But unfortunately, I just don't have the space nor the means to do that. So this is a pass for me. There's also this Galactus maquette, which personally I think looks terrible. It looks like a midget. It's overpriced. Just pure garbage. Frankly, Sideshow Collectibles, their products are just terrible now, in my opinion. They're more of a distributor in my eyes than an actual statue company. Now, there's one last statue I wanted to show you guys. That is the Natsukashi or KD Collectibles Goku vs. Janemba. Now, this movie is decent. Probably one of the better Dragon Ball Z movies. I still think the newer 3 are way better than any of the old ones. Janemba's a pretty cool looking character, to say the least. The fight was pretty cool. He fights Goku, then he fights, I believe, Gogeta, and that fight was so quick, it was kind of annoying how quick it was. But I think KD's absolutely nailed this one when it comes to concept. I love the idea of him basically turning into those blocks, because he disappeared that way. And even his hand is shooting Goku in the stomach, which this is accurate. I love the base. I think this is one of the best conceptually made Dragon Ball Z pieces out there. It just looks absolutely killer. The sculpt looks amazing. Likeness is perfect. Now, they did revamp Goku. Originally, they said it's perfect. I'm like, absolutely not. But then they revamped it, and now it looks great. I still don't think it's perfect, but it's very, very good now. This is priced at $899 plus shipping. Shipping will be at least $300. So you're looking at a $1,200 statue for two 1/4 scale characters by KD. I don't have the exact dimensions. They don't really list dimensions, but it's 1/4 scale. At least the base isn't too big. So there's another one out there by Dynamic Studios. That one is like freaking 4 feet wide. It's way too big. Absolute space hog. This is definitely the Goku versus Janemba to get. Now, will I get this piece? Ugh. I do want it, but I'm also trying to get away from collecting Dragon Ball Z. I want to get my last few pieces and then get out and then stop collecting Dragon Ball Z outside of like upgrades. Like if there's a superior of that exact character, I sold my old one, upgrade to the better one. The thing is, I'm starting to get to the point where there's not many upgrades I can do. Only a few of them I would actually sell. I do think this is amazing. I might get it. It's 50-50 right now. I need to come up with space and money for it, but I definitely absolutely love it. I'm very impressed, and the price is decent. Anyways, folks, so there's definitely a lot of great statues coming out. You gotta be very picky with space and money. So for me, I didn't PO anything out of all these I've shown you. Definitely very disappointed with Prime One's Kong bust in that price. That's just brutal. And I wish I could just get my deposit back for Godzilla now, because I'm starting to just go more towards Jurassic Park instead of Godzilla. Anyways, folks, let me know your thoughts and comments below. Did any of you guys pre-order some of these? Now, here's one thing I will say. You know, it's always good to get other people's opinions, but at the end of the day, you got to follow what you like, not what others like. If you collect based off what others like, you'll end up selling those pieces and not like your collection as much. Buy what you like. So, you know, based off your space, budget, and how you like to collect things. But that is it. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.